In this No Man's Sky video, I'm going to show you a location where you can get your remaining Glyphs in minutes. And of course, some really amazing bases, like the one you can see in the background right now. But before I show you the location, you'll notice all the bases are easily traceable through the teleporter. They've all been neatly numbered, and all the glyphs seem to be on this planet here, and of course the Portal A base on this planet, and all the other planets not having anything built on them. Now I know it's going to be very tempting to put down a base of your own here, and usually the community encourages such a thing, but in this particular case I don't think you should put down a base. Yes, I know it's going to be tempting, but just don't do it. When there's too many bases in one location, things start to get really messed up. So leave this location as it is, unless you've been given express permission to build here. So let's move on to the location of these bases. You'll need to find yourself a portal and have at least two glyphs. The two glyphs you're first given is the rising sun and the birdie. If you don't know how to find a portal or have the first two glyphs, I've covered that in my complete portal guide. You'll find a link to the video in the description below, and it will pop up right now. Of course, the location is in Euclid, and here's the Glyphs now: 6 birdies, 1 rising sun, 5 birdies. So let's head to the planet. And this is the first place you see when you land on the planet. And yes, that's an oversized grave marker. It looks quite impressive. Right, let's jump over to the base. That's the Sentinel pillar nearby. And yes, I visited all 21 bases here, but in this video I'm only going to highlight a few of them. So let's go to Glyph Base 2. And as I land next to Glyph Base 2, remember, even if you've got all your glyphs, it's still worth visiting here. If you've already got the glyphs, you'll get memory fragments and nanites for interacting with your graves, and most of the bases have practical side to them as well. So I've got my memory fragment and my nanites. Let's move on to the next one. Yes, I know, out of order, but I'm going to Glyph Base number 1 next. And as you can see, this base falls on the practical side. As well as the grave, you've got all the boxes and materials to pick up and lots of copper outside. But from this point onwards, I'm going to highlight 3 more bases. But if I was you, I'd go from Glyph 1 to Glyph 20 and enjoy the work that everyone's put in here. Get all your memory fragments and nanites and all the free resources. But let's move on to the 3 bases I want to highlight. Yes, inside that little Yoda hut. This base was built by Grogu, I think that's how you say it. And yes, this is the location of Yoda, the Mandalorian, and Marvin the Martian. Let's interact with the grave to get either your portal glyph or some memory fragments. Let's go to the second highlighted base, Glyph number 4. NM Chambers has called it Resurrection of a Traveller. A praying giant, love that book, looking into an igloo stone hut. Let's go to the grave, it's in the stone hut. You'll have to hit the switch to open it up. Then we can get a glyph or memory fragment. Now of course the teleporter is in the other stone building. So before we go to the final one, as you can see I've visited each of the bases in order, and every single one is worth visiting, but this final one is very interesting indeed. You used a PC mod so you can access all the terminals you usually find in the anomaly here on the base. A very interesting PC mod that. Maybe that's something they could introduce to the game, but I prefer it with the NPCs, more characters in your base. But before we move on, let's go and interact with the grave, pick up a glyph or a memory fragment. Now we can head back to that transporter. And you get teleported to a hidden freighter base. Well, it's a base underground built of freighter parts. And it has lots of useful corridors full of carbon and other useful rooms full of harvestable plants. But if you do come to this base, because it's underground there might be a slight glitch. It might pop you up above the base like it has just now for me. But luckily the base builder has taken that into account, so just go over there. Oh, I forgot to mention earlier, the builder of this base is Chancel. So all you basically do is you head to the biodomes, harvest them, those ones are useful. And then when you head back inside the base, it's the storage rooms, the one you saw earlier. And if you keep going straight, you'll get to the short range teleporter, which will take you back to the surface. Again, like I said earlier, don't build here unless you've been given express permission by the people who created this. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit that like and subscribe button, or on the bell thingy. And of course, thank you for watching. See you all later.